Hack your habits using a virtual assistant. In The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, he explains the science behind habits, why they exist, and how we can transform them. Additionally, in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, we discover the power of small changes and how they can lead to remarkable results. Now, the issue is with both of these books, anybody who is reading a book about how to actually implement healthy habits is probably career-oriented and goal-oriented. And people in those two demographics probably don't have that much time in the day to implement the changes that they actually want to see. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about specific changes that your virtual assistant can help you make in order to actually implement some of these habits. The first is going to be schedule management. The second is going to be accountability and tracking. And the third is going to be automating some of these mundane tasks. Okay, let's get right into schedule management. One of the number one things when anybody's pitching you a virtual assistant service is going to be that a virtual assistant can actually manage your calendar. But most people don't use virtual assistants to implement that. Instead, they use virtual assistants to send out Calendly links or maybe block off time when they're on vacation. But here's one thing that you can do in order to actually create accountability and make sure you have time to complete your habits. At the beginning of the week, set aside time with your virtual assistant to talk about what habits or what sort of changes you want to make within the week. Then your virtual assistant can interpret what you say and block off specific time in your schedule to actually practice these habits. And additionally, having a virtual assistant do this also allows you a little bit more time. Let's say one of your habits is going to the gym 3 times a week. Your virtual assistant can pick those 3 times a week and make sure that they schedule time before and after so that you can recover. So if you want to do a noon workout, they might even be able to book you a noon workout class and block off the 30 minutes before and the 30 minutes after. These are changes that a virtual assistant can make, and although they may seem small, actually make sure that you have time to be accountable for the goals and the habits that you're setting forth. Towards the end of the meeting, you're going to want to shift gears and start talking about your medium-term goals. Medium-term goals are goals that you want to complete within the next month to 9 months. So it might be something like a small career change or an overall promotion. From there, your virtual assistant can take those medium-term goals that seem relatively unachievable and break them into steps. That way, when you're having the majority of your meeting every week, your virtual assistant can weave in these medium-term goals into the weekly check-ins. That way, you can start breaking off and working on some of these medium-term goals, making sure that you're making progress, and these things that are important to you aren't just being put on the back burner. Finally, at the very end of your meeting, you should take a brief moment to talk to your virtual assistant about your long-term goals. That might be something as simple as taking a vacation with your family for a long period of time, or maybe even retiring early. Or for some people, it can be a massive career change. Make sure that every week you're reevaluating if your long-term goal is something that you still want, or if there's something that's specifically holding you back to achieving that long-term goal, or could even be a potential obstacle. By checking in on a weekly basis, you're reminding yourself of what you want in the future. The third way you can use a virtual assistant to hack your habits is actually by having them automate some of these mundane tasks that are within your daily schedule. By clearing that air and creating more freedom for yourself, not only is it going to make you just a little bit happier overall, but it's also going to give you the time to bring new things in that you find fulfilling. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. If you've had any virtual assistant experience, or if you've had a hack that has helped you really optimize your time or implement habits with your virtual assistant, please feel free to share your experience or leave a comment below. I'm Paris Bland, founder of Digital Executive. At Digital Executive, we hire virtual assistants in South America to help people implement their habits and stay on track.